It was revealed this week that Special Prosecutor Jack Smith has sent subpoenas to a handful of former aides for Donald Trump while he was, of course, in the last few months of his presidential administration, involving the firing of his own cybersecurity election expert, a man by the name of Christopher Krebs. So here's what happened. We had the November 2020 election. 9 days after that election happened, as Donald Trump and his team were starting to cry fraud, Krebs, again, cybersecurity election expert hired by Trump himself for the administration, Krebs came out and said this is the most secure election we have ever had in the United States, directly contradicting what Donald Trump and his team were crafting in terms of talking points. That was 9 days after the election. 4 days after that, Donald Trump gets on Twitter. 5 days later, Donald Trump gets on Twitter, announces that Mr. Krebs was, quote, terminated after releasing a, quote, highly inaccurate statement about the 2020 election. And now Special Prosecutor Jack Smith says, you know what? I want to talk to the people involved in this firing. I want to get some answers because here we had one member of Donald Trump's own administration that came out and said, we have already looked at it. We were monitoring it the whole time. None of the claims being made are true. This was a very safe and secure election. There was no foreign interference, no bad guys out there doing horrible things. Everything was cool. And then Trump fired him. Now, we also know that it wasn't just Donald Trump sat and stewed on it for 5 days and then decided to fire him. No. What also happened was that after Mr. Krebs made this statement in the 5 days between the statement and the firing, Donald Trump had his aides go out there and make lists of all of the horrible things that Mr. Krebs had done in order to justify the firing. And one of the things on those lists was that, well, he had a Facebook photo, or his wife had a Facebook photo with the Biden-Harris logo on it. So obviously this guy's a Biden supporter, his whole family's Biden supporters, they're a bunch of Trump haters, the guy's got to go because he's not a loyalist. At the same time, by the way, the aides were also looking at other members of the Trump administration trying to determine who was loyal and who was not. We know this was also happening at the Department of Justice with Rosen. So there were lots of horrible things happening with the firings, with the investigations from Trump into his own people. They wanted loyalists who would go along blindly with whatever their horrible plans were. So the subpoenas from Jack Smith, right? That's what everybody wants to hear about. What does that mean? Well, I'm not 100% on this because I'm not a part of that investigation, obviously. But to me, it sounds like Jack Smith is crafting a case to prove conspiracy to defraud the United States. Now, that's the big one. That's the one that if you can get Donald Trump on that, you've got him on everything else. Conspiracy to defraud the United States. Not just defrauding the United States, but a conspiracy to do so. And the conspiracy to do so would be having those aides, that of course have now been hit with subpoenas, go out there, find out who's loyal and who is not so we can purge the disloyal people so that only the loyalists are left who will go along with our plan. That's conspiracy. And if you can get them on that, nothing else matters because that's the big one. And to me, it looks like that's where Jack Smith is headed. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.